Welcome to EquinEdge Live. I'm Scotty McKeever, live from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, just around the corner from Gulfstream Park, where there's a rainbow pick six mandatory payoff here. And this will be coming up in about 3 or 4 minutes from now. You want to get your wagers in. And of course, this is the Golden Hour show from Santa Anita Park and Golden Gate Fields, where we're going to be playing the Golden Hour Pick 4 and the Golden Hour Daily Double. 15% takeout, and all happens in about 45, 50 minutes or so between both tracks from Santa Anita Park and Golden Gate Fields. And they are stepping onto the turf course over at Gulfstream Park. Right now, almost $4.5 million in this rainbow pick six pool. And here you go. Here's a ticket for you. You can play this if you like. There is a ticket right there. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9 with 2 through 8, with 5 and 6, with 1, 5, 7, 8, and 10, with 1 singled in both the 10th race and the 11th race from Gulfstream Park. So there you go. Hello, what's up, everybody? David, John, Christy. Good to be here with you guys. Gary, Jotham, Dan. Hello, Dan, Scott, Chuck, Jai. How are you guys? Everybody good? Beautiful Sunday afternoon. Yesterday I didn't do a show because I was at the Florida Derby. No bueno in the contest. I just never really could get things going. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. But hopefully it'll be hotter today. I handicapped about half of Golden Gate Fields and about half of Santa Anita Park, thanks in part to Justin. And hopefully we're going to have a lot of booms today. Hey, Nathan, how are you? And K2 in the house, Manny, buenas noches or buenas tardes. And Jerry, what's up, Jerry? And so you can see they're loading into the gate right now. Again, here's the ticket I like. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9 with 2 through 8. With 5 and 6, with 1, 5, 7, 8, 10, with 1 singled in both the 10th and the 11th races. I don't think this is going to pay that much. I'm not going to say it's fully chalk, but it is chalk in the latter races. This is an $84 ticket, $84 for a 20-cent denomination. So there's some pretty good spreading out here. You don't want to spread out just to spread out, but I do think that race 10 and race 11 are pretty chalky. So we'll be covering races, of course. $5.5 million in this rainbow pick six. We'll probably get up to $6 million before the end. We've got 12 minutes before race number 1 from Santa Anita Park and 27 to Golden Gate Fields. And we'll cover a little bit of Laurel Park as well. So let's get out to Santa Anita Park, or Gulfstream Park, excuse me, for the 6th and almost $6 million in this pick six pool. Good luck.
William Boy for jockey David Baracco to take the outside gate.
What's up, Chicken Dinner? Thank you. Good to have you. Say hello to Chicken Dinner.
It's Rainbow Six time at Gulfstream.
Dave. I saw Dave. I saw him yesterday. He's over here at Gulfstream Park. We didn't go over the ticket, but Dave, yes, Dave uses EE.
Snapped open the stall door.
He does. What's up, Cindy?
5 and 9, the betting leaders at the moment. Going to be epic as a gray if you're following him. They're set.
What's up, Steve?
They're off. Good start for Joe Phillips. Meteorito ridden for early position, and he'll take the lead up on the outside.
I did leave the 12 out in this first leg because of this right here. I mean, the horse actually is not getting a bad trip, but when you go wide like that, but the 12 had a look in here.
That's Wild Texas.
I don't like the start. He actually got a pretty decent start.
Second last is going to be epic, and Double Blessing is last of the 12 as they
chase
the speed of the race favorite Meteorito. Meteorito and jockey Jose
he was supposed to come hang out with me
Super Fortune is
and
there,
have a cigar, but
G Friday is now
he blew me off.
Joe Phillips is 4th. 2 back to Bach, racing together with Fishing for Fun. Then William Boy, a length and a half in front of No Drama. Out in the center is Super Position, racing in front of Wild
I'll tell you
Texas
what, the 4-horse Joe Phillips on the rail looks to have a lot of horse.
24 and 3. That's a reasonable early fraction for Meteorito, who goes to the half-mile point unopposed. He leads by a length. Super Fortune is second.
I imagine at 99 to 1, there's 10 horses running, but I don't. The 4 is loaded.
For fun, then Bach.
7 seems to be struggling right now. The 4 needs to get through on the rail and just go. Don't wait, go.
Nothing much yet from
there he goes. Now just has to. There's no one else coming. 6 is coming a little bit, but I don't think enough. Heads up high. It's going to be between the 4 and the 5 here, and I don't think you're going to catch the 5.
Well clear of the others.
Some horses coming wide, but going to be too late. Most likely, the 8's coming. Look at him, 8 wide. You could put a note on a horse like that. If this 8 runs good, you could put a note on a horse like that because that horse went about 7 wide.
Outside and double blessing coming on, but this one is over, and it's been over for a while now. Meteorito struts his stuff, and he's running up the score.
What's up, Juan?
Meteorito and Jose Ortiz
Thank
buy
you
as
so
much
much
as they want. Going to be epic. Decides he wants to do some late work, and he came from way out of it to get second. Got close after that, and 143-3.
I was really impressed with the way. I'm telling you, I thought it was going to be chalk, so that's why I didn't think playing a big ticket was worth doing. I was impressed with this 8-horse double blessing and how it ran wide. Let's see why. I like to learn from this. What changed? No, I don't think anything. I think that at this level, I think this type of horse is just, has no speed and it's going to be running on, but it would need a suicide pace in order to win, most likely. So I don't think there's no to be had, but that was the EquinEdge long shot. All right, they're on the track over at Santa Anita Park. They're going 6.5 down the hill in the opener at Santa Anita Park. We're going to play a pick 5, so let's get out there. And we'll do it. We'll just say we'll do it for, it looks like a tough opener or a tough first 5 races. So let's see. You got the exact on the try, Jared? All right. I'm feeling good today. I'm actually feeling really good. Yesterday I just was so bad zigging and when I should be zagging, and it was terrible, but I'm feeling pretty good. Flavian Pratt's in town. I don't know why he's here. I thought he was leaving, but he is here. And he's on the 2-horse, Teddy's Barino, who is the pace of the race. Now, what's interesting is that Flavian gets off of the 5-horse, who we barely lost on last time out, and the 1-horse gets off of that, who actually won. So, and then this horse is 40%. So I'm gonna stick with Flavian Pratt, especially because this horse is the class. But I want to show you when you have you see an SOR like this, right? So this looks at the last 5 races that a horse has faced and judges the strength of it. It's not just so simple where you take 5 races, add them up, and divide by 5. There's some other formulas in there, but it's similar. If you can, you do want to look at a situation like this. So I want to tell you how this works as well. Once a horse breaks its maiden, and I've told some of you know this already. Hey, Van, once it breaks its maiden and it runs 1 time, then it only judges the SOR based on that. So you see where it says 68 SOR, and then you look over here, 68 SOR for this 1 race against winners. That's not including the race against the maidens, okay? And then once it's facing winners, it'll just be the last 5 races. Or if it hasn't broke its maiden, it'll just be the last 5 races. Again, there is some other formula in there as well. So if it's a little bit off and it doesn't add up the way you think, it's accurate. So the 2-horse has the class, ran very good. Win percentage goes up. The GSR goes from 68 to 70. You can see how we've colored this, and goes from a 68 to 62. The problem is this horse has been off since July. So, but it's got the class. It will like the distance. Turf's not a problem. We can go to the GSR Plus, and you'll see that turf or dirt doesn't really matter for this horse. Okay, so EquinEdge morning line as well as 6-5. I think this is the horse to beat. Ute. Flavian Pratt gets off of this horse to ride this horse. 64 on the SOR. Broke its maiden 2 back pretty easily. Ran a decent race from the rail last time out. Gets more distance. The GSR actually goes up 6 points. So I think this is a 2-horse race. Also gets 118 pounds. I don't know if you saw this, but we've added jockey weight. So if you look at the race view here, you can see that the 5-horse gets 118 pounds. Hey, Bobby. With the class being a 61, I don't think so. I don't see it. I don't like the 4. And this horse has come from behind here, through head, 6.5. It didn't like the 5 furlongs. I don't think actually don't think the 4 can win, but I do think the 4 can run good. Hey, Pedro. I actually think the 4 can run good because I just don't think it liked, and then you see the GSR drop. I don't think it liked 5 furlongs. So I do think the 4 can run good here, but I do think the 2 is the horse to beat on the lead. She's a dime, the 3. This one has speed. I guess I do worry a little bit that the 3 will press the 2. And I wish that the 2 was on the outside of the 3. So it's my only insecurity about the 2. So, and if that's the case, then the 5 horse is going to win the race. The 4 could run good too. I don't see the 3 winning. I don't think the 3 has the class to win this. So, and I think the 3 will stop. Even if you're playing a vertical, I don't think the 3 will be in there. I think that this race is won by the 2 or 5. I think the top picks, right? I see like it could come in 5-2-4 or 5-4 or 2-5-4. It could come in anyway like this, but I do think these are the picks. Bella D, I wasn't a big fan of Bella D. This horse was blocked though in the stretch 3 back at this surface and distance, same conditions, and ran a good race. So I can't say no on the 6. I didn't like the 1. I didn't like the 1 at all. The horse beat an easy group last time out. So, you have to give the 6 a look though. So if you wanted, you could do something like this and not just cover the 2 and 5. Although I think they're the race, and you could do that. 4 horses. The 4 is single. I don't think so. I don't think so. But I mean, it could be, but it scares me. It's 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line, not in the top 2 EquinEdge picks, but it's dropping big in class. Yeah, dropping from a 44 to 32. But many of these are dropping. Many of them. I think this race is actually wide open. It scares me. It really scares me, actually. I think the 9 horse could be a horse that you have to watch out for. So I would do something like this. How much time do we have?
And it's been working very, very nicely.
All right. So
in the mornings.
The 2 horse, is this a single? Mets claim for 12.5 up here on the 1. The 2, 4 horse could hurt chances. Yeah, I think that on the 2 horse, it seems to need the lead, and it's on the inside of the 4, and the 4 is fast, and the 4 seems to need the lead as well. So it could set it up for a closer. Who would that closer be?
Horses are approaching
the 1 horse
gate.
possibly with Jeff Metz, because Diego gets off to ride the 1. So I don't think the 2 is a single. I really don't. I mean, I'm thinking the 3-year-old, the 3 horses never run in Santa Anita, but this is I love Paris. Edgar is a really good jockey. So I'm process of elimination. Look at the SOR here. I mean, this is a tough race as well. Let's see, Schubert factor. So by process of elimination, I have to find a single. And it might be the 3. I like the 5 as well. So I would definitely say that, and I'm thinking, who would I single? Would I single the 5 or would I single the 3? The 5 or the 3 is just dropping big time in class. EE morning line on the 5. Honestly, my hesitation is I don't know that I trust Mike Smith. But it'd be those 2 horses. I have to decide who, if the 3 is a single or who I would single. And I'm looking right now. Sorry, I'm not looking at the screen if you guys are talking to me, but chatting with me. But I really want to find. I think this horse, this New Park, could be interesting. It needs the lead, and it's most likely going to get the lead and has class. But I mean, it had the lead last time out. Now it was dueling, and it stopped.
The horses are at the starting
gate. It does cut back in distance. I mean, I'm just thinking that there's going to be some pace in here, and it's going to set it up for a closer. And this guy's dropping in class, but it's not running a while. What a tough race. How about this horse, Pratt and Mullins? Pratt can judge pace better than
Pistachio
anybody,
Princess has
right?
gone in.
So the 3 horse looks good as well, but are you worried that the 3s burn money? I am a little bit.
Ute.
So I would probably do this. I would probably go with Pratt. Although I know the 3 is going to run good.
She's a dime.
I do something like that. If you can use both. What's up, Delroy? Oh, thank you so much. Good to have you on the show as well. Adarsh, what up? Okay, if you can use that 3 there too, I would. I know it's probably too late, but 3 and 4 in that race.
She's a dime acting up. And they're off.
What's up,
It's
Mr.
Bella
M?
D with the quick start from the outside. Ute is there. D's lovely Sophia. And here comes Teddy's Barino. Rolling down.
See, that was what I was worried about right
D's
there,
lovely
right?
Sophia
We talked
is
about
there
that
by
just a
one.
few minutes ago. Is the 4
Teddy's
horse is going
Barino
to get the
is
lead,
there on the inside.
and the
She's a
2
dime
horse
goes
is
past her
kind of the type
by
of horse
2
that needs the
lengths.
lead.
Pistachio
And you
Princess.
see,
Ute
Flavian
and
Pratt's really
finally
having a hard
is
time
Bella
holding the
D.
2.
D's lovely Sophia
So,
shows the way by 2.
I mean,
She's a dime.
we'd love to see this
Teddy's
4 horse go
Barino.
gate to wire.
Ute is up on the outside. Pistachio Princess and Bella D. It is D's
If I remember
lovely
correctly, I don't
Sophia,
think the 2 has
2-length
really ever
leader.
come from behind,
She's a
has it?
dime. Ute up on the outside. Teddy's Barino the gray, followed up by Bella D, and finally Pistachio Princess as they come around the
He's
turn
going to get a good trip on
and
the rail,
hit
but he
the
kind of
top
lugged out a
the
little bit.
stretch. D's lovely Sophia. Teddy's Barino. Now Teddy's Barino coming on the inside.
2's
D's
struggling.
lovely Sophia.
2's not going to win this
Bella
race.
D. It's
Love to see the 4 go gate to wire, but 6 is not
Sophia
changing
with
leads.
full
Bella D.
fight and
Here
gets
comes the
lead
5 on the
with
outside. I mean, what a race.
Bella D is in between them.
And the
Bella
6
D.
not changing leads is going to
Bella
win,
D
I
goes
think.
onto the front as
Oh,
Ute
I don't
comes
know.
on
Oh,
at
he
the
held on.
wire.
He changed
Bella
leads
D,
last
Ute,
second.
D's lovely Sophia,
But I think we covered
Pistachio
that, didn't we?
Princess.
We did. All right. See, that's why pace is so important. That's why pace is so important. That's why pace is so important. So that was good. That worked out good for us. That's the one we would have wanted over the 5, over the 2. 4 would have been great, but that was, for those of you that played the pick 5, that's what you wanted. I was forced to do a single. I actually like the rest of what we have. The 4 horse with Pratt in race number 3 can run. The system singled this horse. I went away from it only because this guy has burned so much money, just never seems to get there. So I decided to go with the 4. And I believe Flavian Pratt's getting on. No, not for the first time. Let's see here. Stumbled badly in the last race. Time before that, it won, breaking its maiden for 50,000. I think it fits at this level. It gets shorter distance, so I think that it could run a good race. So I think this is a pretty nice ticket for $60. What's up,
Ladies
Colin?
and gentlemen, your attention.
There's going to be an
please.
inquiry. It looks
There
like
is a steward's inquiry.
I don't know what it would be
involving
on.
The first 2 finishers approaching the finish line. Here is the unofficial order posted.
Oh, I can't
Number
wait to see
6,
this head-on
Bella D
view. I didn't
first.
see anything.
Number
Did anybody
5,
see anything?
Ute second. Number 4, D's lovely Sophia third. Number 1, Pistachio Princess.
I mean, the
fourth.
6 would have
That
had
is
to come out.
unofficial. It's a steward's inquiry involving number
So
6.
the
Bella
4 is
D,
coming out on the
and
6
Number 5,
so
Ute,
far.
the unofficial first and second place finishers.
5 is coming in.
Approaching the
Oh.
wire.
Oh, they were both coming in. That's a tough. I would call an inquiry as well. I don't know about you guys.
Sold all mutual
I would call an
tickets.
inquiry. I would call an inquiry as well, but the 5 was coming in too, but the 6 definitely came out. Let's see here this is a great view as well. You can see that it's in the 5 path. Oh man, I have to see that again. 5 was coming out a little bit. What a tough call that's going to be for the stewards, right? I would have to really see that in slow motion. I don't know that we're going to really get. You can see right now that the 6 horse is in the 5 path for sure, right? Right now, 5 path. Still in the 5 path. Oh, they both came in. I don't think that's a change. I really don't think that's a change. They both came in at the same time. Both tired horses. I would say no. All right. Let me know what they do. Yeah, I agree, Craig. I told you I didn't like that one. We've got Laurel Park coming up in 4 minutes. They're just in the paddock over at Gulfstream Park. I was there yesterday. And then the opener over at Golden Gate Fields. Where should we go? They're all coming up kind of on top of each other. I don't know, David. I disagree with you. I think they were both coming in. One was coming out, the 6 was coming out, the 5 was coming in at the exact same time. That's what I think. I think what we're going to do is go to Golden Gate Fields and do the opening pick 5. How's that sound? All right. I'm going to do 80. All right. Big shout out to Justin Sampson for helping me. Thank you, Justin. Alan says take it down. That's 2 votes for take it down against my vote. I thought the 1, 3, and 5 here. That's what I thought. I didn't like the 2. I thought it was just these 3 horses. We can go in detail in a second. What's up, young boss? All right, race number 2. The 1 horse I didn't love on the win. The 2 horse needed the last race. You can see my notes up here. 2 horse, Cinderella's Prince, needed the last race. 10-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. Can rate, has some class. Second off the layoff, I wouldn't ignore. 10-1. I would watch for that too. I have to use the 2. The needs a lead. The 5 is reliable to get the lead. The jockey trainer combination on the 3 is 0 for 9. I don't see, if I'm going to take a front runner, it's going to be the 5. So for that reason, now the 3 could hurt the 5, and that's the reason I'm not singling the 5. But I don't think the 3 can win. So I would definitely go like that to make sure the system doesn't use it. 4 horse drops in GSR. I don't think 5.5 furlongs is the preferred distance. So I prefer the exotics. So remember, I'm always telling you on the ticket generator, if you can find a good elimination that you truly believe in, and you're right about that, and use your same budget, you've increased your chances of winning exponentially. So that's what's going to happen there. The 5 horse, Steiner takes over, drops in for 8K off the layoff. And you can see this horse was in for the level of a 50,000 starter allowance, non-winners to 2 lifetime, and ran horrible in that race. And then hence the layoff. Back in, it was in for 8,000 claimer in breaking its maiden claimer, and now in for 8K. Believe it or not, I don't think this horse, this is the level it belongs in. If you look, really, that 50,000 starter allowance was not that much stronger than this 8K open race or non-winners to 2 lifetime race. This is not that strong of a field. So for sure, the 5 can go gate to wire. The only thing that would stop that, in my mind, is that the 3 is equally as fast. All I would worry about. The 5 has to be used, and even possibly for some of you could be a single. The 6 horse, McGeorge, big trainer change. Reed France is off the hook right now. Ayuso aboard, they're 36% jockey trainer combination. This horse has 0 speed. And if you do look 3 back, though, this horse barely got up at 6 furlongs against a 42 SOR group. So sometimes you can look at these other races and go, yeah, but it faced a 50 and then a 54, but it didn't really run in those races. I think they went very fast in the race 2 back going 6 furlongs. So I don't know that that's representative of who this horse is. The horse is only 6%. It's the top EquinEdge pick. It has 0 speed. I don't know what if it wasn't for Reed France, I probably wouldn't even look at the horse. I know it's EquinEdge's top pick. No changes, Santa Anita. Okay, you guys lose. You owe me $1. What's up, Angela? You didn't get the 6? Oh, I'm sorry, Angela. So did I put a note on the 1? Don't love the 1 on the win. 9 third place finishes. So we'll get to that race and we'll do a vertical. We could add, look, we're going to lock the race for now, but we might add the 6 if we can. So let's regenerate, see where we're at so far. Now it's singling the 1 horse. Let me see what had a perfect trip last time out and barely beat the 3 and the 4. I do not like this 1 horse to win. The 3 and the 4 have higher GSRs. They were right there. They both needed the race. One was a first-time starter last time out in the 4-horse draw the foul. This horse goes up in GSR, had every right to need the race, was wide, and got a little bit tired. There was a runaway winner. Also, Sal and Louis, if you look at this horse, it's got second, two races in a row. One is the favorite and the other is the second choice. I think the ones we're trying to beat also being on the rail. And I think that what you're going to see is the 3 and 4 are going to run better. I also think the 7 horse is faster than the 1, which won't matter. The 1 can rate. But the problem is, the reason I don't know about the 7 is because the GSR is so low, right? Wear the Crown, this is a Jonathan Wong horse. And this horse faced a 50 SOR group. Since then, adds blinkers and also got gelded and is dropping in class from a 50 SOR to a 46. The GSR is the same. Win percentage goes down a little bit. But this horse only lost by 4 lengths in that race, guys. So I don't think this is a horse you can just ignore. The first-time starter, just such a tough read. The truth is, I think every horse in the race should be used. But if you want to skimp it, you could do something like this. I like the 3 and 4 a lot. But I don't love the 1. The 5 horse I can't really read. The 6 horse, it's hard to know what it's going to do, but it is dropping in class. It's since been gelded. The 7 horse is going to be on the lead most likely. And this horse, though, has a low GSR. So there's some pluses and minuses, right? So if you have the money to do an all, you probably want to do an all. But I'm going to say 3 and 4 in there. All right, moving along to the next one. We've got how many minutes? 3 minutes before this race. Okay. Did not handicap this race. What's up, Oldie? You're going to get it back here, Angela. You got this. The 3 horse is not in the top EquinEdge picks, but that doesn't scare me. It's got a really good GSR. And people can't read that because they don't know how it's going to do at this surface and distance. But on the cutback, I think it is not going to be a problem at all. But it's been off since April, but it won easily. It looks like it really does have some talent. Now it ends up here at Golden Gate Fields. When you look at the GSR plus, this horse can be on dirt or on turf. It seems like a very talented horse, but it has been off a while. 6 horse American Farmer. I mean, this horse is just a hard knocking horse. Only 4 wins though. Barely won last time out. On the synthetic, it's got a better record on the synthetic than it does on turf. If you look at 4 back, 8.5 furlongs on the synthetic. It was off a layoff though to be on the turf. I mean, but it was off a layoff to be fair. It looks like, this horse has always been a hard knocker. It always has. Should this horse be 7-5 on the odds makers morning line? Absolutely not. Avenue, this horse, again, it's been off since April. The 6 horse American Farmer, we talked about that. The 5 horse Freeport Joe. This horse, I mean, look at this horse, first and second, and like amazing. I mean, this horse SOR is good. It fits at this level. I mean, just such a when you have questions on all the other horses and you have a horse like this, let's see if there's any changes here on the 5. No changes, just off the synthetic, but it is on the turf. And when you look at the turf, look at the synthetic record: 10 starts, 16, almost 17,000 earned. On the turf, 5 starts, 5,300 earned. If we look at the GSR, it should be crushing. Wow. It should be doing really good on the turf. So let's look at, maybe it's a different horse now. I don't know. It's possible, but I can understand. I have a feeling that this horse is just better now than it was. Its form is really good. I'm gonna suggest that this horse is probably gonna come out running, but with that change in surface, if it wasn't for the surface change, I probably would single that horse in a tough race. If you can find the single in here, this is where you make money. Because when I hit the pick 6 for $1.2 million, and many of you know this story, I had a horse running called Three Cuties in the first leg of the pick six, and I singled it in a race that looked like you could have covered 9 horses. And by doing that, I was able to spread in the other races and winning because of that. All right. So the only thing this 4 horse has done is go gate to wire against a 42 group. Well, it's not the only thing.
And the red light is flashing on the starting gate at Golden Gate Field.
It's a hard read. It has faced some tougher horses in the last couple of races. It needs some speed, though, and there really is not that much speed. Well, they might go fast, even though it's not a good speed. There's cheap speed. Usually in races like that, horses come from behind. Can this horse rate? The thing is, they're going to be going fast here, and this horse has really never proven it can really rate that well. It's going 5 furlongs, and it's on the inside. I'm going to suggest that the 3 horse should not be used. Going to do that, and I'm going to regenerate. And that's what it's doing. It's not even using the 4. It went with the higher win percentage. So I want to look at this horse. 42. It looks cheap to me. It went gate to wire here.
Is loaded.
Came from behind. You see horses coming from behind against either. This is a really rough race, I gotta tell you. But it draws an outside post. This is the ticket I'd recommend. Is it a great ticket? No. It's actually you could play $200 on this thing, and then a bunch of favorites win. It's not an easy pick 5. But let's see what happens. We got the 1, 5, and 6 in the first leg. Matt Dinnerman has the opener here from Golden Gate Field.
Post position 5. And to round out the field, Floyd Knoll. Floyd Knowles is in. We're ready to go. We're off and running at Golden Gate Fields. Good beginning for all the runners in the race. Senora Sermon up on the pace. Here comes Floyd Knowles, though, dashing to the front. Brian Pena wants him on the lead. He's got it. Floyd Knowles, the pacemaker from Senora Sermon, hounding him from the outside second. Malibu Ghost off that pair. He's third, followed by Running on Empty with Nationwide Pride. The 2 at the back, Loverboy Tom and Starry Sierra. And they're 5 lengths off of Floyd Knowles, who hits the half-mile pole, opens up the lead to a length and a half. In second, behind him is Senora Sermon. Malibu goes to the outside as they hit the 4-turn run. Running on Empty, stays on the fence, 4 lengths behind, pushed along now. Nationwide Pride and an all-out drive, not picking up the pace. The 2 at the back, Loverboy Tom and Starry Sierra still well out of it as they hit the quarter pole. Floyd Knowles turns for home in front. Senora Sermon's right there. Behind horses, Running on Empty's getting into it, looks for a way outside. He gets the run on the outside. He's coming now down the stretch. Floyd Knowles still in front. Senora Sermon second, Running on Empty third, has 2 lengths to find in the final 16th. Floyd Knowles keeps going. Running on Empty, Senora Sermon battling in second. Floyd Knowles clings to the lead. Surging late, Running on Empty. Photo finish. It got very tight in the end. Running on Empty and Floyd Knowles, they hit it together. Running on Empty with one last lunge.
I don't know. I hope you're right, Justin, but I don't know. Hey, Curtis. That two might have got the head bob. Honestly, it stinks, but I think the 2 got it. Oh God, yeah.
It's a photo finish.
I think the 2 got it.
Please continue to stand by until the result is declared official.
That looks, I don't know, that's a really tough angle right there, but I think it's the 2. Yeah. Let's see here. Running on Empty. Extra distance, SOR drop, better jock. Just completely missed that. Yeah, that's my fault because I actually like that horse. I just missed it.
Number 2 running on empty.
I just missed it. That's all it is. I'm sorry, guys. That's completely my fault.
Third, number 5, Senora
That's a
Serve.
positive note I have on that
Fourth was
horse. I
number 3,
don't know why I
Loverboy
didn't use
Pop.
it.
5th was number 6,
I'm
Malibu
sorry.
Goes. 21536.
All right, I'm gonna make it
Your
up
top
to you.
5 finishers in race number 1. Please continue to stand by until the result is declared official.
Oh man, Scott. That's a good note. Look, extra distance, SOR drop, right? So it's facing easier. See that? From a 44 to a 38 and gets the extra distance. Ah, Scott. That's my fault, you guys. That's my fault. All right, moving on. Gosh darn it. I hate when that happens. All right, we got 11 minutes to Santa Anita. All right, let's do a pick 4. He's been sick. I'm not sure what's wrong with him. But he's been sick.
And now entering the winner's circle is number 2 running on empty. He's a 3-year-old dark bear brown gelding by Smart Bid out of Astucia.
All right, so I mean, we could dissect this even more if I was forced to just play one horse. So let's just say you go, okay, the 2, 6 to 5. Why would you single the 2? This is what you have to ask yourself. I know it's got a good win percentage, right? No doubt. It's going from a 58 GSR to 60, a little bit better. 56 SOR down to 54, about the same. 20% to 43%, no doubt about it. But look, have you ever seen a race where this horse comes from behind? And the answer would be no. At least in the last 8, you don't see that. And then, well, and one thing you should look at is at the first call, this guy's always on the lead, almost always breaks first. And even when it didn't break first, it got the lead at the first call. This is a fast son of a gun. Majestic Gigi, except for this, it broke 6th, first call, 4th, first call. This horse is actually not that great of a breaker, but he's usually on the lead at the first call. Who's got the better SOR? So if you look at the SOR, there's no advantage on the SOR. The last race here on this horse was a 56, and the last race here was a 58. Here's the thing. 4 is on the outside of the 2. Any changes? Steve Knapp claimed the 2 horse for 12.5. In for 20. He likes the claim. You have to, if you're going to single this 2, and you can maybe, you have to know that if the 4 duels with this 2, and the 2 barely hung on last time out, it is getting a shorter distance, which is a good thing. In this case, it's a good thing. Not always. But the 4 is fast. And Tyler Bays is one of the best gate jockeys there is. And there's no way Tyler's rating this horse. So if you could tell me that the 1 horse would have a 1-length lead on the 4 at the first call, I would single the 2. But I don't know that that's going to happen. There's no class advantage, really. This is why I said maybe do an all, because I don't know. And what if, for whatever reason, even if the 2 breaks bad, the 2 is going to jump up to, look at this. I mean, always seems to get up to the lead somehow. But, I mean, you can't say the 4 can't win if it was to clear. It's not a very good breaker for a horse that's so fast. That's all. A horse like this, knowing that it needs a lead, all I would do is train this horse to break out of the gate. If I had this horse, I mean, it's a 20,000 claimer, but still. Annalisa, let's look at this horse. So it's not the class. I mean, overall, see, here's what you have to remember. Sometimes this is why I always recommend looking at the handy view, because it shows a 57 SOR, but that's only because in this one race here, it raced against a 62 group, but it was 68-1 and ran like hell. And the only time this horse won that we can see on the page is when it got the lead and went gate to wire. And we feel pretty confident this 3 is not getting the lead. So from that perspective, unless all of a sudden this horse learned how to rate, he's got to go. So I take that back. So now I wouldn't use the 3 at all. Okay. The 5, Bella, getting bet. That was a 44. Here's the thing. Look at every time this horse was in against class like this on the turf, it didn't run well. It faced a 44 group and won and got some speed. And Herrera jumps off to ride the 1. Interestingly, I don't know if you saw this, and there's no, the 1 was claimed by Jeff Metz and puts Diego aboard. Because Tyler Bays, who won on the 1 last time out, wasn't asked to re-ride, which is very interesting. That almost tells me that what their tactics are going to be is try to get the lead, and the 1 can't get the lead either. So now I'm not liking the 1. Okay. Yeah. See, Kevin, that's a really good thought. You're absolutely right. The problem is the 4 looks faster, but the 2 is usually always on the lead. So I don't know which one's going to clear of the 2, but it might come down to that. But I agree with you though. Yeah, the 5 horse has got to be used. I don't like though. Here's what I do like. I like the 58 SOR goes to a GSR goes to a 64. That's good. But you can't like that this horse beat a 44 group. You can't like that. So the more I'm looking at this, I just think the two horses is reliable to break good and be on the lead, even over the 4. I do. I think so. I do. The 4 is just not that good of a breaker, but look at first call. The 4 is, except for this race here, 2 back, off slow and lost path early. Aside from that, this horse is literally right there. I can't separate these. I would have to cover all 3 of those. I don't know what else to do, but I don't love the 5 because and it might not matter here because there's so much speed, but that 44 SOR that's a weak group. I mean, this horse has never done anything against the likes of the 2 and the 4. Never. I'm thinking that the 2 and 4 go all the way down the track together, especially at 5.5 furlongs at the shorter distance. That's what I'm thinking. But don't think for a second they're not dueling. I mean, they both know they need the lead. And Gonzalez and Tyler Bays, especially Gonzalez, is very aggressive. But Tyler Bays knows what he's on, and he can break out. He knows he's on a horse that needs a lead. I would go, if I had one horse, it would be the 2, and I'll tell you why. If the 2 is likely to be on the lead or a little bit ahead of the 4, and Tyler, because he'll be outside of the 2, might decide to sit a little bit. He might try that, and that won't work. And maybe the 5's not classy enough to catch the 2. So I think if I was going to single a horse, now you can see what everyone's thinking. They're thinking the 2 and the 4 are going to duel, and the 5 horse will come from behind. That's what's happening right now, no question. So we'll come back to that. Is the 4 horse a single here? I mean, if we don't have to, I'm going to clear this leg, and we're going to look a little bit closer. I think we looked at this race, and I liked the 3 and the 5 a lot. I thought the 7 horse was interesting, by the way. Sniper Kitten, just for those of you that can cover it. I really did. So maybe one to consider, but I do think the 3 or 5 wins the race. All right, and here the 5 horse. Look at this. If any of you want to claim a horse, claim this Pinedale. Look at this. This horse. Look at this. Synthetic is a 70 on the tab. Look at that. The 5 on the GSR tab. I mean, this horse should be up at Golden Gate Fields running. It's dropping in class to its lowest level at $20,000. And it's a 3-year-old. Throw the horse in some 3-year-old races up at Golden Gate Fields and call it a day. I think this horse would be very useful. But Whiskey Vision, 4 thirds and 12 tries. Hard read, hard read. I didn't love it. I actually like the 9 best. Did you see the EquinEdge morning line? 7-2 on the 9 from the odds makers 8-1 morning line. And this horse is going to sit a good trip. This horse is tactical. Even from that post, the horse will be fine because all the speed is on the inside. The 7's very fast, so the 7's going to most likely go under Brice Blanc. But Brice isn't very aggressive, so maybe he won't send. The 9's also getting 113 pounds under Diego Herrera. So I almost thought, I think the 4 could go gate to wire. We talked about this, right? I mean, certainly could, but it stopped. It literally stopped last time out. I have a feeling this horse probably has a breathing. I'm going to suggest, you know what? It's a new day. It's a new dawn. Isn't that a song or something like that? I haven't seen on 9. There we go. $18 ticket. How's that? $18. 1, 2, 4, 5 with 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 9 with 3, 5. They're at the gate.
And they're off. Majestic Gigi and Busy Painter for the early lead. Scream and Shout is next. Annalisa and Vela 4.5 lengths away from Majestic Gigi. It's Majestic Gigi in front by 1.
2 is screwed.
Busy Painter in second by 2
2 is
lengths.
screwed.
Scream and Shout is
3
third.
to 5 favorites
Then
done.
it's Vela and finally
Completely done.
Annalisa.
And took a
Opening
bad
it up,
step there too.
Majestic Gigi shows the way by 4. Vela gets going on the outside. Busy Painter, Scream and
Now,
Shout.
5 horse is going to
Trumps
make a
that
run,
Annalisa
but it's only a
outside of
44
her.
SOR.
Nearing
I don't
the
know how you
quarter
catch this 4.
Majestic Gigi in
Unless
front.
it's just no
Busy
good.
Painter.
It's slowing up
Vela
strides for
being
sure. Come on,
done.
4.
They swing in the lane. Majestic Gigi rides that rail.
Wow, it's
Busy
2, huh?
Painter, Lisa far outside, Vela in between them. New
2's
leader,
going to win.
Busy Painter mid-stretch.
I thought we were
It
going to
is
beat that.
Busy
That
Painter.
the 2
Down
really had
further
a
away
weird
inside
trip.
the final 16th of a mile. Easy win. Busy Painter coming under there by 3.5 lengths.
Very close for second. I
Majestic
actually can't
GG,
call it between the
Vela,
2 and the
Annalisa
5,
fourth.
or the 4 and the 5. That was really weird. That the trip with the 2. And that horse actually showed it can rate, unless the 4 was just stopping, which we won't know. We don't know. Nice single. Nice single. Is that what it was? Oh, maybe the horse lost. Maybe the jockey lost the irons on the horse. Oh, okay. I missed that. It was just really weird. It looked like it took a bad step or something, and it rated.
Official winner number 2, Busy Painter. And it's a place photo. Please retain all mutual
So
tickets.
close for second. Any of you have any exactas? I mean, the 4 had 0 excuses in this race. The 4 might have got the head bob. The 5's head was in front, but the 4 got the bob. That's very close. I'm going to call the 4 or a dead heat. And I'm going to put a note on the 4. I mean, 0 excuses. I mean, this horse needs easier.
Number 5, Vela was second.
Oh, I was wrong.
Number 4, Majestic Gigi, third. Number 3, Annalisa, fourth.
All right, 2-5-4. 2-5-4. All right, let's get out to Gulfstream Park. You got the trifecta, Eric? Nice. You played the pick 4. 2 is a normal front runner. Yeah, the thing is like I'm going to suggest that I did say that, Jared, thank you, but I didn't think it was going to be coming from behind at all. This horse has never come from behind one time. Look, I couldn't have seen that. I really do think this horse was just stopping. I look at the last 3 races. I mean, the horse just stops. That's what I think. But nice. That was a 12-5 claim for Steve Knapp. Puts the horse in for 20. $34,000 purse. Think they got their money back? Nice claim. Good job, Steve Knapp. That's my note, but who knows? You got it, Juan? Okay. Look, we started off with a win. That's good. I was getting excited about the 4 horse. I really was. All right, let's check out Gulfstream Park. So the reason I think these notes are important, like this one is 4 back, 5 back, and it says checked on the backside, 50 cents on the dollar. So it checked up and it run bad because I don't want to just judge this horse for losing when it was the big favorite. Okay. Then it runs poorly here, but that was a 56 group. Then this was a 54 group. But something happened, it looked like, and then the horse had a layoff. Then comes back against a 50 group, a little bit tougher than this. 61 GSR, 24%. It's a little bit easier group. Saez jumps off. Win percentage goes down some. GSR goes down. I mean, it just looks okay. Right? It just looks okay. And Saez gets off to ride the 7 horse. But what's interesting is the 5 horse is actually the top EquinEdge pick. But D'Angelo, did they take Saez off? Were they not happy with the ride? I mean, maybe. I guess that's a possibility. But if you look at this horse, it's never really run great unless it actually got the lead. And it's not getting the lead here, I don't think. Because the 1 horse is very fast and on the rail going to send, I would imagine, if I was Panici. But I don't think the horse can win because the SOR is just going to come back to haunt the horse. So here's an example of a top pace number. Not the type of pace number, even though it's dominant, it's not the type of horse I would like because when you sort the SOR, look where it's at. We can eliminate the 10 because it's 3% and a 14 pace and a low SOR. I mean, these are 3 metrics that are all at the bottom. 10's gone. The 1 horse I think is going to stop because it's class compromised. So that's gone. And now we're left with these 5 horses. All right, let's see. You don't want to miss the race. Irad Ortiz is on the 6 horse. I like this horse, Conundrum Queen, for a few reasons. One, I don't love the 5. And I'm assuming Saez chose this horse, but this horse only beat a 44 group, right? It took a long time to break its maiden. Well, not a long time, but 8 races. Could it be winners? I guess it could. It is getting Saez and 118 pounds. That's something to consider. The SOR is a bit weak. But this horse broke its maiden. And barely, and that was against a 46 group. That was on the turf. The GSR drops 8 points. Hold on now. Maybe I'm not loving this horse as much as I thought. This is it, and we don't know how this horse is going to do against winners. So, and this horse, it did beat a weak group, no doubt, but it did it from the 10 hole. 6 horses unproven on the synthetic, and the GSR drops. I'm liking the 5. I think I'm going to like the 5. Let's see here. This horse is getting bet some, 46 SOR. Similar conditions, and gets a better jockey in Tyler. Better not ignore this one, that's for sure. The EquinEdge long shot, 8-1. It's not really a proven loser because it's never really been the favorite other than the time it broke its maiden. It has no speed. But these horses don't keep going usually. This one kind of does. But it's dropping in GSR as well.
Pick 4 is up next here in South Florida.
You might want to take the horse that's actually won on the
Time
synthetic.
for wagers.
I don't think this horse liked 5 furlongs, so you can throw that out. And if you do that, this horse has never won a bad race on the synthetic. Never. The 7. Did Saez actually get off of the 5 horse to ride the 7? Possibly. Although Jose Ortiz and D'Angelo are 50% jockey-trainer combination. Right? Goes down a little bit in GSR, not a ton. This is a tough race. Tough race. Catherine, you like the 1 who I threw out? I can't say this horse can't win for sure. I don't like the SOR. It's been facing way easier horses. It faced 5 other horses and won that race barely. I can't get down with the 1, but I can't. I would never say that horse couldn't win either. So good luck on that one. I really want to like this 4 horse. I really do. It's been facing classier horses and been finishing, other than when it broke 12th. Over here in the second, going 5.5 furlongs. You can't break 12th at 5.5 furlongs.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up and moving in for race number 8. Start of the late pick 4.
I'm going to say 4-5.
Races on the Topeka track.
I'm going to say 4-5.
Queen as the betting favorite. She just broke her maiden. Did so narrowly. She's 6-5 to repeat today.
I understand. I get it, Catherine.
Into line steps Kentucky Pride. Adele Cat will be next.
Oh, it did, Art? Where at?
Siren's Lucky Song and Hardly Social. Hardly Social, a big price here under Chantel
That
Sutherland.
6 horse is really dropping in GSR. And I don't know if Justin's there, but he will tell you, most of the time when horses drop like 8 points or more in GSR, they don't win. They really don't. It's a really good thing to look for.
Atomic Rose and the 8th. They're at the post. And they're off. Good start out wide for Atomic Rose from the center. Siren's Lucky Song has speed. In between them, the race favorite Conundrum Queen, and driving through at the rail, Elusive Uncaptured. They're followed by Splicer 3 wide, and at the rail, Blues Songs. Adele Cat works between them, racing ahead of Hardly Social. Backstretch Beauty is second last, and held up at the back is Kentucky Pride, as the early advantage belongs to Siren's Lucky Song. Siren's Lucky Song to the backstretch leads Conundrum Queen by a length. Elusive Uncaptured is third at the rail, followed fourth by Atomic Rose, back to fifth, and Blues Songs. Adele Cat is between horses. Splicers in the red on the far outside. Held up between is Hardly Social, then Backstretch Beauty, and at the back is Kentucky Pride. 24-3 for the opening quarter. Reasonable tempo being put up by Siren's Lucky Song. On top for Jose Ortiz by a length. Conundrum Queen latched on to her second. Atomic Rose is in the green cap from between horses. Adele Cat. Then Splicer ahead of Backstretch Beauty. Outside of her and Hardly Social. Dropping back is Blues Songs. And Kentucky Pride is underway from the back as they swing around the far turn. The pace starts to pick up, and up front it's Siren's Lucky Song bracing for Conundrum Queen. Atomic Rose is driven but gaining third. Elusive Uncaptured needs a way out. Adele Cat is next. Then back to Hardly Social. Splicer not doing enough. Kentucky Pride underway on the far outside with a quarter of a mile remaining. Conundrum Queen comes away with the lead. Atomic Rose right up on her outside second. Adele Cat, Elusive Uncaptured, Kentucky Pride are next with an eighth of a mile remaining. It's Conundrum Queen, the target. She's still in front. She's finding what she needs at this stage. She leads by 2.5. The battle strictly for minor placings as Conundrum Queen has now won 2 in a row. Kentucky Pride surges late to get second. Closer third.
Big
Either
favorite
Adele Cat
won
or
the 6
Atomic
horse.
Rose in 143 and 1.
All right, let's get out to Golden Gate. 6 horse over the 8, over the 4, it looked like to me. We talked about that 8 maybe running good, right? 8-1. 6 horse, big win percentage wins the race. Irad Ortiz. He is so good at knowing where to put a horse, right? He's him and Flavian Pratt, to me, know exactly pace-wise where to put a horse. They're really good. In this race, we'll look at a pick 4 real quick. The only one I'm missing that I would want to add, if you guys can add it, the only one would be is the 6 McGeorge. But I like the horse third. I'm worried that the 3 is going to duel with the 5, but the 5 does have some class. I think the 5 is going to go gate to wire. Could be a single, but I thought this 2 horse, Cinderella's Prince, at 19-1 could outrun his odds. So, but McGeorge, with Reed France, we'll see. That horse could be finishing. I didn't love the 4 on the win end, but I think it's a competitor. But I didn't love it on the win end, but it definitely can win. Okay. I thought this is an all, but I like the 3 and 4 best. They're also the EquinEdge long shot, and the draw the foul is the EquinEdge second pick. I truly do like those 2 horses the best, and want to beat the 1 horse Sal and Louis. It's a hard read with Wear the Crown, who's dropping in class. First time starter Royal Jester, the 5, and Winter Falcon has a low GSR, but this horse could go gate to wire. It's really a wide open race, but if you can just use 2 horses, it might give you a big advantage. So, but I do, and I draw the foul, the 4 horse. I really think this horse is going to run a huge race. 2-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. If I had to bet only 1 horse, it would be the 4. So you might maybe try to single there. So I'm giving you some options, and we're going to find out that some of them or all of them are right. So it just comes down to making the right decision. So in this race, I could look further. I could. This was going on turf, and it's done well. In fact, it's I don't know why they even run this horse on the synthetic. In 24 tries, it's earned 5,000 per start on turf and only 2,000 on synthetic. Like, it makes no sense to me. So They're finally putting this horse on turf, and it could surprise us. So I don't know that I could leave that horse out. Manila Mischief. This horse doesn't win against easier group, and now it's moving up. I would probably, the EquinEdge long shot, would be the horse I would leave out. So maybe let's make this ticket smaller and do that. And then in the last race, 35-1 on this horse, 7%. But I mean, this horse always stops, even when it has the lead. It's going 5 furlongs. The GSR is the same. I mean, considering it has, I mean, there's some speed in here. The 2 is fast. I would probably lean on doing something like this. Watch, take those out and go like this. We can make this smaller, $40, 2 and 5 over 3 and 4. And then maybe what you could do is go like this and add the 6. You could do that. Or you could do this. Do something like that.
Dark Saber right in behind him.
Thanks, Oldie.
Hawk Hill second to last, and McGeorge is trailing early on at the back of the pack. They approach
Ding,
the
ding.
4 turn, speedy trip, trying to clear off here. Sierra Melody holds the inside spots, now going to ease off of him, but the rail's still open. Now it's getting shut off a little bit there. Sierra Melody's just in a little bit of a bad spot here, and Speedy Trip's going to try to kick on with it here. Now he gets over to the rail. Cinderella's Prince pumped upon to try to keep up with the pacemaker from second. Sierra Melody's third. Dark Saber pushed along in fourth, followed by Hawk Hill, and McGeorge is still at the back as they come down the lane. Speedy Trip was handed an easy lead today, and looks like he's going to try and make him pay for it. Speedy Trip opens up to Hawk Hill and McGeorge coming out of the pack. Cinderella's Prince battling with them. Speedy Trip's getting a little leg weary here. McGeorge is coming in. Cinderella's Prince. It's a blanket.
Oh!
McGeorge got there. McGeorge, wow. From
That
the back
2
of the
horse
pack,
ran
he
huge.
nailed him at the finish.
Uh-huh.
Cinderella's Prince second. Speedy Trip really leg weary in third. Photo for fourth. A driving finish in race number 2. And McGeorge from the back got him.
I thought we were going to get it. 6-2-5. Ay, ay, ay. I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. Hit it with your left hand. That'd have been so massive.
Waiting on the placing for fourth. Please continue to stand by until the result is declared official.
6-2. That was just that made my stomach hurt. You know what though? It's neat when we're seeing things, and some horses are popping up on the email. If you're playing Remington Park, the 1 horse popped up in race 1. Oaklawn Park, the 9 horse popped up in race